What is our purpose of life? The purpose of life is a question that we all ask every single day. And you might have a purpose of life that is worldly, like I want to become a painter, I want to become a very famous person, I want to become a celebrity. Those are also purposes in life. But are they really purpose of life, that you were created to be only confined in this world, or there is a higher purpose of you? We know that when a man and his wife meet in marital intercourse, more than 20 million sperms are released. Only one survives. Only one survives. In rare cases of twins, you have 2, 3, or maybe sometimes 4. But the majority of the time, 99%, it is only one who makes it. You and I should ask ourselves this question. Why did Allah choose us and didn't choose anyone else? Why were we selected? Were we selected to live a life of routine? We get up, we go to work, have lunch, come back, have dinner, and sleep. Is this the purpose that we're here? Some of us live 10 years, some of us live 50 years, some of us barely make it. So this time that has been prescribed to us, every single one of us has a certain time in this world. What are we to do here? And the theory given that I read in one of the books of Da'wah, it was written by Sheik Ibrahim Green. He says, imagine yourself sleeping in your bedroom, in your pajamas. And then you get up suddenly in the middle of the night and you find yourself in your pajamas, but not in your room. You're in the middle of a factory. And you find in this factory, there are a lot of people working in an assembly line, putting stuff into a box. What would be your reaction? Would you get up and stand in the line and put the items in the box and don't ask questions? Or would you ask, where am I? What am I doing here? What is the purpose for me being here? The logical thing as a human being would be asking questions. Why am I here? Why am I selected to be here? What is my purpose? It seems like everyone has a job. Everyone has a role. So what is my role? Or would you follow blindly and put the items in the box? The majority of people today put the items in the box. And the reason why we put the items in the box, because we cannot link it to the hereafter. And you cannot link it to the hereafter if you don't believe in the hereafter. I once had a debate with my colleague at work, and she's an atheist, and we were debating and having a discussion about the hereafter. And she said, this is a total myth. There is no hereafter. There is no judgment day. I said, okay, let us examine it logically and through probability. You say there is no day of judgment, and there is no hereafter, and there is no heaven and hell. Okay. For the sake of argument, if I believe in the hereafter and we both die, and then we find out that there is no hereafter, there is no God, there is no heaven and hell. You have lived your life, enjoyed it, and now, khalas, it's done, you're dead, it's done. To me, I lived as a good person, devoted to a faith or a way of life. I was good to my parents, my neighbors, and this. I would say that I would be disappointed if I find that there is no hereafter. But if I'm dead and it's over, khalas, I have nothing to lose. Now let us change the coin to the other side. If we both die, and you find out that there is God and there is hereafter and heaven and hell, what are you going to do about it? You have just gambled with your life. And you cannot deny in front of Allah on the Day of Judgment, saying that I didn't know that there was a faith. You didn't send me a message. You didn't send me a sign. Nobody told me. Especially in today's world, with all the technology that we have, with all the sources of information that we have, nobody can deny and say that I didn't know. And today, for the people who didn't know, now they know. And when you know, you're responsible. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah 51, Ayah 56, He says, and I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me. And a lot of people, they stop at this verse and they think about the word worship meaning prayers or rituals, while worship is only done to the master. Worship is done to the master, and the master can ask you to do anything. You don't have a specific task. He can ask you to do anything, and you have to follow the orders of the master. So the master says, be kind, be good, be generous, be humble, and also pray. So worship doesn't necessarily mean only put your head on the ground and pray. It means every single thing that you do. And what does it mean? And what is it linked with the purpose of life that we spoke about? Your entire life, every single thing that you do, it has to be for the master. Does it make sense? Every single thing that you do, you're doing it for the master, as in obedient to his commands. And that is your purpose. There is a huge difference between having two doctors. One of them operates on a patient with the intention of earning a good income. I want to become a doctor to have a good income, the prestige of being called a doctor, and also saving lives. While another doctor who has the same qualification, the same job, performing the same surgery, his intention is to please God through helping people, because people are the creation of God. And when I serve the creation of God, I am serving God. So when I operate, I am worshipping God in this operation. Do you think they are both the same in the sight of Allah? They are definitely not the same. They are doing the same job, but their purpose is not the same. You understand? Two people who are feeding the poor. One is feeding them sincerely because he feels it's an obligation to serve and to be closer to Allah through feeding people, and someone feeding people so that people can say that he is generous. The same action, different purpose. And faith is the same thing.